My name is Jessica Falzone and I'm a 2L. I worked at Cocuzza Associati, a law firm in Milan. I got involved working at Cocuzza because I found out about the program through the PLIIP office, and it just seemed like a great opportunity. And actually my 1L instructor had worked there 2 years prior, so I heard about the experience from him, and it just seemed like a great thing to do. I got my hand on some sort of contract almost every day, which was really great. Whether I was translating it or studying it, I really loved it, and that really helped me to confirm that I want to do corporate law long term, because it just blew my mind to think that so much negotiation goes behind all of these words, and it made me really feel like I wanted to be a part of that process. The practice of law is increasingly global these days. This summer allowed me to see how I could take that international sensitivity and apply it in a law firm. So to me, that meant being really attuned to cultural differences and then picking up on how those cultural differences imply legal differences. So knowing if you're dealing with an Italian property issue and you have an American client sitting in front of you, how are you going to approach the matter with him? Because he's coming at you from a different angle. And so being aware of those differences and knowing how to act with your clients based on those differences. The case I worked on that I really liked was one with the founding partner. I worked one-on-one with him, and I got to do a lot of hands-on things. Our client was an Italian company who had entered into a contract with a British company. The British company sent a notice of termination, and so my first job was to tell them they were wrong and send a letter and contesting their alleged notice of termination. And then they responded with a notice of default claiming that our client had breached in 16 different ways. So my big project was to respond to the company and tell them and contest each of those 16 breaches. That was a really major project because I did so much research. I got a lot of contact with the client. I was meeting with him. I called him on several occasions, and it was all mine. I owned it, and it was a really great experience. And another thing that really surprised me was how incredibly welcoming all of the lawyers and staff were at the firm. I mean, from the moment I walked in to the moment I walked out, at the end of the internship, I felt like I was a part of the team. And that was really incredible.